2 5'11". Myron. When I met this girl who's now my wife, her youngest brother was like 7 years old. And back then, you know, I was black belt in karate, like I was fit. I only weighed probably 145 pounds, rocking. And then I went. Like, man, what happened?
Okay.
Well, why don't you tell me how you really feel, bro?
No, that's right.
But you know what's really cool? One of the.
That's the place I ain't never said. I heard so much about it, dude.
I was just telling him about I've been to like several different countries, but I ain't never been to Vegas.
Same thing with me.
And then do the dudes, you're gonna have problem with it. If you don't, the don'ts do. By the way.
And heard so much about it.
Right?
If you don't, the
I don't even know people who go there and gamble and the casinos
from the hand of God,
give them plane tickets back, come back.
Out of the ground,
I said, man, you
gamble enough.
as close to its natural state as possible.
Yeah, if you gamble.
If it comes in a box,
see, I can't do it.
A bottle, or a packet, like
I cannot do it,
dude. Less of that. Okay, cool. Anyway, so marriage, you could have a problem in your business if you're willing and do the do's and don'ts.
I'm barely played a lot.
So.
Once in a while, you know, I get a little earth, I buy a chicken and stuff.
But before I did, I was like, because I was doing like a little.
I want you to understand.
$2-3 a day, but then I was like, this should add up.
That you cannot upgrade.
Yeah, I'm like, damn,
something that you're unwilling to get.
Yep.
And you cannot multiply.
Hey, look, because I said, girl, ain't already fucked me enough. With all the taxes and everything, you know.
Right.
So I said, no.
Listen, here, you might not like it, but can I tell you something?
And more, man.
Can I tell you something? It ain't
I
gonna
want to see him go.
Who?
The governor.
The scale ain't gonna lie.
Black governor?
Scale
Yeah, I
won't tell
want
you
him to
what
go,
you've been
man.
doing.
Oh, man.
And
What
you
he
know,
do
you know
wrong,
what I'm
And
man?
maybe you
I mean,
don't like the
he's raised
scale
fucking
because you don't like the
stuff
way
for
it
motor
feels
vehicles and shit. That shit.
when you can't get the scale to tell you what you want. Now, I'm gonna tell you something. For the most part, unless I forget before I drink
I'll
water,
never get enough.
I weigh myself every morning.
That's all I'm saying.
You know what?
To build wealth because
I know.
things are always gonna go up.
That Myron is still in
Nope,
here.
never gonna go there. Fucking the mission
in here.
$14 and
Or don't even
$38.
run fast.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, you
They
say, hey,
take
you
a
know,
little
when I
jump,
go
take
on
a big
vacation,
jump.
hey, here comes that Myron.
Okay,
That Myron comes out.
This is why you can't be at the bottom.
I'm not even joking. I went on vacation
People at the bottom, they don't give a
for
fuck about.
13 days.
Exactly.
13.
I was telling my wife.
I worked
So I'm
out
trying to talk in the movie, you know what I mean, permanently.
while I was on vacation.
She a city girl though, you know.
Working out and all.
She can take it for a while, but then she ready to come back up here.
This summer, great sleep begins with Raymore Flanagan's summer sleep deals.
Clear digital results 6
You
days
know what else I learned though?
What's that?
I use the Clear Blue early digital
Better to live in
pregnancy
a red
test.
state.
It detects even low levels of the pregnancy hormone.
Blue
Get
state.
Clear Blue now.
Yep.
You know we don't like Trump, but
I don't like it.
better to live in a red state than a blue state.
Looking from the window above, it's like a story of love. Can you hear me?
Trump crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. I gotta get to. He got balls. He got balls. Yep.
But you know what? That's another thing. America loves the bad guy.
Yep.
We love the bad guy. We don't want a good guy.
So you see how he started that war, and they don't even talk about the Epstein files no more.
The biggest sporting event.
He got rid of that. You understand what I'm saying?
And Firefox.
Because they was getting close to him, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they was like,
We
oh,
built an
we got
entire spirit
What
around
are
that.
you doing here, bro?
School,
Right.
schedule, standing, all
One of them lawyers say, hey,
split.
you gotta do something good, get him off your back.
Wallpapers,
Yeah.
I love them.
And damn if he ain't do it.
For wallpapers alone.
You know what I mean?
There's more. Which partner
That
is
was
like
like
Trevor?
crazy.
No, Firefox right there helping make the experience better.
The real magic is picture in picture.
How?
Yeah.
And you got
Crazy.
Yeah.
to narrate
But
the
he knew what he
scene.
was doing.
Make Firefox your sidekick
And
this
also
summer and don't
goes
miss
to
a
show
minute
you that
of this World Cup. What?
white supremacy still exists.
Oh, most definitely.
Side note, sorry guys.
Most definitely.
People
Any
know
other
who I am.
person that did
I'm
that,
almost. I bet
but
people
doing
can
what he's
smell me
doing
right
that has
now.
color. Oh my God.
They'd be under the
Myron gained
They've been
16
under the
pounds
table.
in 13 days. Don't play with me. I gained 6 pounds in 13 days. Now, I've already lost like
I
13.
told my, talked to my wife about it. She said, you know
But
what,
I didn't
never
lose
thought
13
about
of it in
I said,
16
hey,
in 13 days.
as soon as she started that war, the Epstein filed him out the door.
Oh, yeah.
What am I telling you? It's easier to stay
But I don't
there
think they would have got it.
than it is to get back there.
You know?
Okay. So
Because of the
you got to
man,
measure.
it would be
So the first thing,
all-
if you want to quantify your life, you have to
Remember, he has
quantify.
enemies.
What does that mean? What's quantify?
Yeah.
It means inspect and
Trust
measure.
me, enemies ain't gonna hold back.
Inspect and measure
But
what?
they
Any area of your
argue
life you desire to improve. Inspect it.
He got them pounds for lawyers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when they
Because
fuck
what
up, he
gets
found
measured
and get
gets
another
married.
pound.
Gets
You
married. What
understand
gets
what I'm saying?
measured gets managed, and what gets ignored gets messy. That's exactly what happened. You know what I ignored? I ignored the don'ts when I was on vacation.
Look at all the people he ripped
See,
off
when
that
I'm at
top
home,
university.
I don't eat free meals.
I mean, he was robbing
When
people
I'm at
left and
home,
right.
I don't
Ain't
eat
nothing
free
happened to
meals.
him.
I know,
When
right?
I'm at home, I don't eat dessert. You know what I do when I'm at home? I wake up drinking water. Sometimes I have a cup of coffee, like this morning I had a cup of coffee, my workout. It'd be in the head. I was all wobbly. What's wrong with that? It is but the second hour of the day. And brother man hit it too hard. But I was tired because I had company later than I usually do.
The night of
Right? So I got
the
to bed
basketball
late.
game,
I didn't get to sleep
sit
until
on
about
lounge was packed,
10:30,
boy.
10:45, which is late for me because I get up at 5.
Matter of fact, I
And
did
so-
see some of it online.
Yeah.
I saw you.
Yeah,
No
that's
excuse.
it.
But
Pack like a motherfucker.
I was like, I'm like a little late. I
So,
don't have coffee every day, but I did. And
I thought it was going 7 games.
what gets managed, what
You know what I
gets
love to
ignored.
see about it. But
Yeah,
So here's what you
you
have to do.
can take that chance.
And most people
Right,
don't
right,
do
right.
this part. It's so simple, but most
You
people don't do
cannot
it.
take that chance,
Inspect
man.
your current reality. Like
And
your
all the
current
stars
experience
came
reality,
out for him,
inspect
you
it.
know?
Yeah.
Check it out. Like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
What if you wrote down? Don't even change your habits. Just become aware of them. I promise you, becoming aware of them. What would happen if you got your macro scale and you measured everything that you put in your mouth every time you put
hot
something
in
in
the
your mouth
mouth.
and you wrote it down
Today
and you
too.
walked it,
So today gonna be 90 something.
and you could see exactly how many calories you ate. And then you use your Hume or your Fitbit or your
You know
Apple
what?
Watch
When I
or
was
whatever
down there, it was
technology
groceries.
you use to measure how many calories
And then
you burn.
every day, man, 5 o'clock,
Here's what we discovered.
we had the,
Right.
If
I
you
mean, it
burn
rained
off
like hell.
more calories than
down.
you
yep,
burn,
and then it stopped.
Yeah.
you're gonna lose weight.
Yeah, because it gets
Because
too
you're burning up
hot.
the energy.
Yeah.
You're burning up energy, then you're consuming. So it's impossible not to. So for me,
The water on the
in full
ground,
transparency,
people race.
I found out that
Yeah.
the best way for me I used it
Yeah.
backwards.
Yeah.
So, and it worked. It worked great. But nothing worked better than, for me, than intermittent fasting. Nothing worked better. Nothing works better than having a 4-hour eating window. Now, when I started, I didn't have a 4-hour eating window. Because that window was too little for this big old house. Okay, so when I started, I had an 8-hour eating window. And I did an 8-hour eating window until it became easy. I said, well, okay, now we can knock it down to 6. Okay, now I got a 6-hour eating window. So it was 11 o'clock to 5 o'clock, eat. And if I'm eating later that day, I'll just push it back till 1 o'clock to 7 o'clock, eat. Or 1 o'clock to whatever that is, 6 hours from that, eat. Right? So 6 hours. And then 6 hours got easy, so I might as well do 4. So if I'm only eating, if I make the window in which I eat smaller than the window in which I don't, here's what I discovered. Now, you may not discover this, but I discovered. You don't get hungry as often. I didn't realize that appetites are like people. Yeah. What do you mean appetites like people? The more you feed them, the hungrier they get. But guess what? Fasting also has an appetite. And so the less you eat, the less desire you have to eat. It's amazing. Okay, anyway, just thought I'd throw that out. But for the purpose of business, like, when clients pay me $375,000 for a VIP day in a year of coaching.
He be coaching. You hear that? He be
Yeah.
coaching
First
people.
question I ask
People
them,
paying that
how many
nigga.
leads you generate?
And he around your age. I think he about 65.
Y'all want a surefire method for making at least $1 million a year?
But to me, he's scamming.
Okay.
Like, bro.
Step one.
Huh?
Generate
To me, he
1,000
be
leads.
scamming though, because I'm like, bro, you're telling me,
Step number two.
I'm not paying
Have a
you no
$100 offer,
$200,000.
$500 offer, and a $2,000 offer. You can have more than that.
But there's people though
Like, if you really
who
want to
have millions
$20,000 offer, you can throw that
who
in
need
there.
guidance.
Right.
or
You don't have
need
to.
somebody to tell them, that is valuable.
Prove
Bro.
to people who have the problem. You got to make your offer about something like that solves a
I
problem.
get a big thing. He said, yo, find a problem rich people have.
And they got a big problem, and they got enough money to pay for your solution. Okay, great. So
That's
do
his
that,
biggest
and guess
thing.
what
Like, find
it's going to be
find
about
out
$1
rich
million
people
a year.
problems and make
1,000
money off
clients.
it. And solve
You're
their
generating
problems.
1,000 leads a month. That's
Yeah.
12,000 leads at the end of the year. Worst case scenario, they get to 100,000. The number gets bigger. Like, our business does well over $10 million a year. Some years it's 10, some years it's 11, some years it's 18. It does what it does. And I could make it do the same thing all the time if I cared enough. But we're in the process of revamping our whole business model because of this. Because I'm talking to you about today, we've got some quantification getting ready that we're building for. Okay, and so we generate, on average, we were generating 1,500 to 7,000 leads. We start 1,500 to 7,000 leads depending if we do a promotion. In the last 28 days, I think we generated 2,500 leads or something like that. Cool, something like that. And my business does, because what happens is the impact of those leads that you generate over time, the people who stick, like the effect of that compounds. Because some people ain't gonna buy from you the first day they opt in. Some of them won't buy from you the first year. Some of them won't buy from you the first decade. I had a lady come to me one time. She paid, back when I used to do the speaker training that I sold for $12,000. And then when I stopped selling, it was $35,000. But when she bought it, $12,000. You know what she told me? She said, I have been following you for the last 10 years. This is the first thing I've ever bought. Good thing I didn't quit after 9 years. Okay. An honest inventory of where you are, think you are, not where you wish you were. An honest inventory, like at everything. How many leads you generating per month? From those leads, how many of your core products are you selling? Core product could be your $100 offer, right? Or your $500. How many of those are you selling? Okay. How many of your premium offers are you selling? How many of your $2,000 to $20,000 offers are you selling per month? Like, look at it. Keep an eye on it. All right, so you can do something about it. Okay, cool. Pull the real numbers, your revenue, how many hours. If it's relationships, like how much interaction are you doing? If it's health, like what are your macros? How many calories are you burning? How much time are you spending moving your body? Because movement is medicine and motion is lotion. Okay, so inspect your current reality. Then measure what matters. Identify 1 to 3 metrics that actually predicts success in this area. Weight loss, macros, exercise, etc. In business, leads generated, sales made. Like, people think they're doing something because they're making spreadsheets and setting up Slack channels and creating Trello boards and designing a website and designing stationery. Pick up a phone and call somebody and make them an offer. Send them an inbox if you can solve their problem, okay? Establish your baseline numbers today. You can't chart from a number you've never worked out. If you don't know where you're at today, how will you know when you got better? So, a goal without a number is just a wish wearing a suit. And so many people in business, so many people in their relationships, so many people in their health, it's all dressed up, but it ain't got nowhere to go. Okay, so after you quantify, the next thing you want to do if you want to quantify your results is you have to qualify. Now, what does qualify mean? It means improve and manage. Qualify, when you qualify something, you're improving the quality of the thing. And so when you qualify, you realize that you don't rise to the level of your goal, but you fall to the level of your qualification. Like, what's your standard? It's so interesting. I want everybody to know. Your standard has determined your income. What do you mean? Okay. Everybody go back in your mind, and if you're on YouTube watching this, I want you to do it in the chat as well. Go back in your mind to think about
What are you on one
how
of
much
them
money
cable
you
channels?
made per hour if you got paid by the hour, which I did, at your very first job. Everybody remember you got paid per hour at your very first job? Okay, I remember how much I got paid. Somebody shout out a number. $4.85, $5.50. These are young people. $7, $6.25, $3.35, $11 an hour. My first job. This is going to tell you how old I am. My first job was a summer job in Columbus, Ohio, picking up trash, working for the city, right? And I was making $1.55 an hour. I was 14 years old. Okay, everybody remember, if you're on, how much you make? Okay, they're typing it in the chat. $3.95, $3.75, all that. Great. Congratulations, you're a young person. Okay, I was making $1.55. Now I'm not telling you that, but let me ask you, how many of you, there's no galaxy in any universe that's ever existed where you'd be willing to work for that little amount of money now? Raise your hand way back. There's no way in the world I'm going back to $1.55. Or you're going back to, right. That means the reason you're making more money is because you've raised your standard. Here's my question for you. Why have you stopped raising it? Raising it. You got to a place where you're like, enough is enough already. I'm not
But I'll tell
stopping
you,
raising.
a lot of people don't know
That's
how
how my
to
business is growing.
buy quality clothes and dresses.
That's why we got our $100 million
No, the only
plan
reason
for
I say that is you'll have a
2026 in
Rolex
place,
on.
even though we're only right now around $7
Right,
million.
bro, like what?
Might be 7.2.
I would have to meet him to ask
But
him
I'm okay
that.
with it.
Like,
I-
it's still,
I-
and I could be wrong.
I-
It's just look cheap. They could be expensive.
I love that word. Quantify. Okay. So the first thing you got to do when you qualify, improve and manage, you have to improve your inputs. Once you figure, you got to improve the quality of your inputs. Why? Because
Doing
inputs
this one,
create
this is something?
outputs. And so many people attempt to change the results by attempting to change the output. You're working on the wrong end of the equation. You feel me? You have to learn how to work on the proper input. So, once you've measured it, ask yourself this question. What is the lowest energy input that I can put in this thing to create the highest quality output? So the lowest, when I say the lowest energy, I should say the lowest effort. Because you have to be a source of high energy, but you, like, feels like it's hard to most people. And I'm doing feel hard to me and it doesn't look like it's hard for me to them. It's because I've found some kind of leverage. What is leverage? Leverage is anything that I use where a minimal input creates a multiplied output. Archimedes said, if you give me a lever long enough and a prop strong enough and a place to stand, I can single-handedly, one hand, I can move the world. See, most people don't have any leverage. You know why they don't have any leverage? Because they were programmed by the cultural hypnotic societal mechanism to believe that hard work is the path to success. And so they feel like they're doing the right thing at something that's not working instead of stopping long enough to find something that would work better. Okay, y'all track. And so, improve your inputs, and then manage systems. Don't just manage movement. Figure out, like, what is a system that I can put in place where this output can be produced with way less from me. Like, entrepreneurs want to figure out how they can do more in their business. But real entrepreneurs, we attempt to figure out how to use the leverage of delegation and automation so we can do less in our business and still produce more.
Raise a Rocher to the thrill of the game. The iconic taste of Ferrero Rocher, now in a square.
Buy any 2 Ferrero brands and you could win $1 million.
Sign up for Robinhood and get between $5 and $200 in stock.
Oh, sure. I'm Mr. Burns' #1 employee. Hugs don't lie.
Play the new Simpsons event in Monopoly Go today.
I'll sell this on Vinted. This would sell fast. Could use some extra cash. Sellers can list as many items as they want with 0 fees. So why not make money from your kids' outgrown clothes? Make items new again. Download Vinted and start selling today.
After we qualify, we've already quantified, we qualified. Here's what we got to do next. We got to simplify. What does that mean? Inspect and minimize. Why do I say inspect and minimize? I thought we were having a quantum leap. We are. But the way to have a quantum leap is by doing a Pareto distribution assessment on the work that you're currently doing in the arena in which you want to have like progress. So what is a Pareto distribution analysis? What does that mean? Pareto distribution principle is that 80% of my results are coming from 20% of my work. So my job is to figure out which 20% is producing the 80% and then eliminate the 80% that's producing 20%. And then guess what I have? I've got 20% of what I used to do that's producing 80% of what I used to produce. And if I want to produce more, I don't produce more by doing more. I take my current, what used to be 20%, which is now 100%, and I take the 80% of those things that I'm doing. And so what's happening is I'm minimizing effort, but multiplying effect. That's how you have a quantum leap. Like, by the way, hopefully what I'm saying is making sense. Like, for instance, I'll give you a perfect example. In 2020, our business did $1.6 million revenue. That was a good year. We were happy as a lark in the park in the dark. We were happy. 1.6 million.
Cool. My after picture.
Bro.
Trim the ham, I know.
So.
Okay.
2022. Well, in 2021, at the end of 2021, I was at this conference. This guy started talking about how people make money from YouTube. Say that one more time in my good ear. YouTube will pay you for making video. YouTube will do what for what? Now, you gotta understand now. I'd already had a YouTube channel for 14 years. I had no idea. No, you don't understand. None. That YouTube paid people for videos. No idea. When I was going through my 7 years of famine, I could have been making videos and YouTube could have been paying me, but I didn't know. I knew how to create videos. I didn't know I needed to do it. Okay.
You don't never put my head back on.
April 2022, I said, I made a decision. Well, in March, I made a decision. Starting April 1st of 2022, I'm going to produce at least one YouTube video a week for the next year. And I'm going to see if I can get that. Because somebody said paid for making videos. I have been making videos, like I've been doing a Bible study here in Tampa for years. In fact, at that 9 years, I've been doing a Bible study here in Tampa. For probably 6 or 7 of those years, I was broadcasting that Bible study on Facebook in a Facebook group. If I had been doing it on YouTube, they would have been sending me money. Shut up. You don't have to tell me then. Guess what? We have posted a video.
Thank you, man. I
at least
appreciate
one.
you.
So we posted not 2 now. But at least one video
Next time.
Yep.
for the last
Yes, sir.
4 years.
Appreciate it.
Stay cool.
Now I look like me.
Whether I feel like it or not, sometimes I feel it, but it don't matter.
Next
It's
time
time.
my ball down here. I said, now I'm going back to Baltimore. I take it.
Well, we went from, in 2021 we did 1.6. In 2022 we did 2.6. I mean, 2021 we did 2. In 2022 we did 6.2. Just from that one quantification move. 2023, 18 million dollars. One move. I'm not saying it's gonna happen for you. I'm just saying I did not, you don't understand. When I decided I was gonna start making YouTube videos every week, I had no idea it was gonna bring me more clients than I could ever go find myself. I had no idea. I had no idea that YouTube, like the first month when we turned on monetization, which was in February of 2022. What you say, Myron, I thought you learned about it at the end of 2021. I did. But I didn't know where the button was. It took me a couple of months to find the button. Okay? For those of you who think you're way too far behind and you're not smart, it took me from October of 2021 when I found out about it to February of 2022 to push the button. Okay, so why am I telling you that? Because Myron, y'all think, oh, Myron's different. Yeah, he's different, all right. Right? And when I didn't really push the button, I had a guy on my team push the button. He pushed the button. Then he comes to me the next month. He said, "Hey, we made $305 last month from YouTube." I said, "For what?" He said, "From the videos you have on YouTube." I'm like, okay, I don't know what that meant because I hadn't posted a video since June of the previous year. The next month he comes to me and says, "Hey, we made $357 or $353 this month." For what? He's like, "Dude, for the videos you already have on YouTube." Sometimes I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Thankfully, I'm not a wooden spoon. Okay, I got it. We started April 1st doing a video a week. We went from $357. This is not going to happen for most people, but it did for me. But you know why it happened for me? Because I'd already killed the lion and the bear. I'd already developed the habit of doing weekly videos. I was just doing it in an arena where it didn't matter financially. I just moved over. And do you know what? April of that year, when I first started creating videos every week, YouTube sent me
Hello. Hello.